Ew. Came outside to sit in the backyard. This is the cigar I'm currently smoking. It is Espinosa Cigars presents Comfortably Numb. I gotta say, it's an alright cigar. I ain't really picking up that much of flavors though. Either it's a light cigar or something else, but it's alright cigar. Like, it's one that you could just sit and enjoy, which is what I'm doing right now. But yeah. Also, this is a big wrapper. Like, where it sits on the cigar when it was on it was like that, but it was up here, but I don't want to get it close to the lip part. But yeah, it's a good cigar all the way around. Just I think I picked the lightest version of it, so I can't really taste anything. But yeah, like I said, it's just a good cigar. What I did want to do today was talk about like some of the stories. I know in my other videos I've told these stories, but those ones took quite a while to get to the actual story, so I'm just going to start out right now. Back when I used to work at a hospital, I worked in a place called endoscopy. That's where they took you and used cameras on the inside of your body to make sure you didn't have cancer or anything else. Which it was a new part of the hospital. Well, not new for me, because when I started working it was already finished and stuff like that, but it was new as far as like it only been there a couple of years. The rest of the hospital was far older, but it still had activity. Like, what I mean by activity is ghosts. One of the ghosts, well, it was a couple of ghosts, it wasn't just one. I call them ghosts, don't know what else to call them. Those black shadows. But basically you'd round a corner and you'd see it dart. It would just run. But it didn't run, it was like it flew across. But yeah, those would scare you if you wasn't expecting it, but after a while of working there, you grow to expect them, so you tend to just let them be. It's like, oh, there goes Dave. But the thing is, as long as you didn't pay them any attention, they'd just do their thing. They'd dart across corners, stuff like that. They'd still spook you every now and again, but beyond that, wasn't nothing to worry about, because they'd do their thing, you'd do yours. Let bygones be bygones. But and then there was one, I don't know what to call it, because I've seen like almost a full body apparition. The reason I say almost is because I only seen like this part down, so like torso, legs, and so I was around the corner to go down one hall so I could start cleaning. I was janitor there, or EVS. And to me, it looked like an old woman. The reason I say that is it looked like it was wearing a gown. Like it was a patient at a hospital. What I had originally thought when I rounded the corner and seen these legs enter room 1, or is room 2, I can't remember the exact number. But anyways, I seen it enter there, and I thought, well, someone's grandma got lost. One of the people who came to restock, when they opened the doors and went through, the doors didn't close fast enough because you'd scan your card, doors would swing open, and you'd go through, and then they'd close behind you. Well, I thought, well, maybe an old woman got lost, and I didn't want an old lady lost in my section because I'd feel bad if I didn't try and help her out. So I went into the room, saw no one, went to the bathroom that's inside that room, which connects to the other room, and no one was in the bathroom. Went, checked the other room, no one was in there, and then I checked underneath the bed, which it would be impossible for anyone to hide under because the way these beds work is they had controls for them that raise up, lower, so it had really big machine parts underneath the bed. There's not really a place for anyone to hide under it, so I just chalked it up to one of the spirits roaming the hospital. And then a different occasion, I was up in the PCI, which was People's Cancer Institute. That part, I don't know if it was old or new, can't remember, but people go there to get their treatments and stuff. Well, I was with someone else, which is why this story is on the freakier side. I heard a baby cry. There's no babies in there. This was when it was shut down. We were there cleaning. Nobody there. No nurses. No nothing. Nobody at all was there. And I heard a baby cry. And me and the person I was with heard it. We both did. Well, I opened up the door. Or not door. Sorry. I was in the hallway. Yeah. Sorry about that. Getting confused. Anyways, we was out in the hall. We was starting to leave because we had done clean. This is when we had the lights off. Everything. Was going to leave. Was talking, standing there. And there was just pure hallway behind me. And I felt like someone had stuck their finger in the small of my back and drug it upwards. I turned around, nobody. That was one of the freakiest moments I've had. Can't really explain it. Nothing was there, but something touched me, and I did not appreciate it. And so I was always, after that, kind of nervous going into PCI because that place is terrifying. I have a non-spooky story, though. Well, I mean, I can't say non-spooky because it still freaked me out, but it wasn't ghost-related. Alright, so the first floor of that place is underground. So when the lights are off, it's off. It's pure pitch black. The problem with this is all the lights are motion activated. So if you were standing still for a short time, those lights shut off. Wouldn't be too bad if it wasn't for the fact I'm right next to the elevator Uh, and, alright, so you had a hallway right in front of you. One that led outside was a door over here. And then you have a door to the left of you, motion activated. I hit the button for the elevator because my coworker had already gone up. And I was the only one left in there. And I was coming up after them. We had carts and stuff, so one person at a time, basically. And I hit the button right after they go on, because, like, you let it get halfway up, so it'll still go up, stop, let them off, and then it'll come back down for you. This elevator took its sweet time, and that door to my left opened, and yeah, it was not fun, I'll tell you that much right now. It was not fun. It was terrible. And I didn't appreciate it. But during the day, that place is not that bad. Because you have the lights on. The lights stay on for a little bit longer. But when nobody's there, there's no movement, lights are shut off. That's why I like the second to third floor, because you had windows, lights came in, it wasn't that dark. You could do your work, not have to worry. And yeah, so that's pretty terrifying when you are in first floor. It's also night and nobody's there. And then I heard footsteps on one, but nobody was there. Not like first floor of the People's Cancer Institute, but like it was one of the hallways within the hospital. The bigger part of the hospital, the part that's been there for a long time. So there's more haunted activity that goes on in there. Most people ignore it because, well, they don't want to think about it. Because there was a nurse long ago who had died there, and she roamed the halls. She had walked the halls, and you'd hear her walk the halls. And it was still uncomfortable. But yeah, that's my stories, and yeah, it was freaky. That's about all I can say. I ain't gonna try and glamour them up. I'm just telling them how they were. I'm sorry if that's kind of boring, but you know, that's what it was. Hey. It is not fun being in a haunted area. It's not. Especially when a baby cries. That's one of the most terrifying things. I don't like going to the baby section of graveyards. My mama likes to go to old graveyards. We look around. Her fascination is the baby section. Mine is not. I don't. No, I don't. It makes me sad. Don't like it. And I refuse to go to the baby sections or look at the graves for the babies. I just, no. Which, that's normal for them kind of areas, because it's the older graveyards. So there's going to be a lot more youngins in there. because at the times medical things were not as good as they are now. And I gotta say, medical now is far greater than medical back then. Medical back then, I'll say it now, sucked. Uh, but yeah, not a huge fan. But it is what it is. Oh, cool fact. There was actually a device because people thought, let's do this. It was like a tube. Okay, so you'd puff on some tobacco. The tube would be inserted into the rectum of the patient, and you'd blow smoke up their butt. I feel like that's where blowing smoke up someone's butt, that term, came from. I just feel like that's where that term came from. And from what I had heard was it was for when someone's had a heart attack for whatever reason. Don't know why it would, be beneficial, which I don't really think it was beneficial. I don't even think it helped anyone. But it was like one of them crazy old health remedy type deals. It's about like those kids that said, oh, lose weight with shock therapy. No, because those old kids of shock therapy, I know I'm switching really fast, but it was a glass tube hooked up to a wire, and you'd plug it in, and it'd shock you. If you ever had some of those battery-powered lamps that you'd stick light bulbs in, and if you ever touched both light bulbs, pressed them down and shocked yourself, like I did because I was stupid when I was very little, no. I thought I was gonna die. That stuff made my heart all wonky for a second. But I was real little at the time, so didn't know the full dangers of electricity. Now, I learned real quick after that. Get a pretty good shock from one of those. I think this lighter is out. But yeah, those are all my stories. I was not planning for this to go on 18 minutes. I was trying to actually be quick. It's shorter than most of my other videos. Anyways, y'all have a good one. Y'all have a blessed day. Remember, Jesus is Lord. Love y'all. Stay safe.